spirit-filled prayer, and we are very certain that we are ready to sail smoothly, and we will therefore appreciate the fact that all of us would abide by the rules of the house. If you want a washroom, please just step out this door, take a look at your left. The door is there. You see the signs, female, male. You are good to do whatever you want to go in there and do. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll go for the adoption of minutes, and that's going to be done by no other person but the same Reverend Mrs. Millicent Mensah. And I believe she's ready. Ma'am, yes. Once again, let's give it up for her, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much for this opportunity. Actually, this aspect is supposed to have been done by our National Secretary, Mr. Osai, sitting right at my extreme right, but for good reasons, we want to do this on his behalf. Thank you very much. So, the report from our last annual general meeting. This is a minute from our last general meeting, which was held in Koforidua, Capital View, on the 16th and the 17th of December 2023. And for the sake of time, I will not read everything that is on this sheet of papers here, but I'll just bring the salient points to our attention. So I'll please indulge all of us to pay attention. At the meeting of the last AGM, 180 delegates participated, and conspicuously missing at that meeting was our sister association members, Give, Achak, Fag, and some of our council members were not able to attend the meeting last year. After the opening prayer and the opening session of the program, which was done by our revered chief by name, I want to get the name right, so please let me just this was done by Nana Odasibre Kweku Boateng II, the Omahene of the New Juabin traditional area. He superintended over the opening section of the program last year. And after the program commenced and ended with the first session, which is always done most of the time after the commencement of the first session, we break so as for us to come back to talk about the business of Cubag. So after all this was said and done for the first section, members went into the second section to deliberate on issues affecting the association. Our president, then the INEC chairman and the acting president for Cubag, gave a very elaborate welcome address on that day, and members were very happy to hear some of the things that he spoke on. Situational reports were also taken from our districts. Currently, we have 4 districts that are in operation: Tema, KIA, Takoradi, and Aflao. There are programs and preparations being made for us to have about 2 more coming up to join us. That probably would be done, I'm sure, God willing, by next year. We also had the consideration for the
draft constitution, that is the review of the draft constitution, which was brought to the fore of the General Assembly during the last meeting. This constitution was taken through by members, that is the draft constitution was taken through by members, and the considerations to the constitution was made. There were a few things that were reviewed in the constitution, so it is not the entire constitution that has been worked on. It is just some aspects of the constitution, and I believe that those of us who were at the meeting last year took part in this, and at the end of it, it was adopted for us to use as our new constitution, for which reason I can authoritatively say, as I stand here this morning, that we now have our current constitution, which is the 2023 constitution. And I believe that most of us here probably might have copies of them. There are issues that came up, and I believe that as we go into our business for today, we would be looking at them as well. After all this was said and done, there was a communique that was drawn out of the meeting last year. And as a result of that, our brother, Honorable Agaga, after all was said and done, our brother, Honorable Agaga, prayed for the meeting to come to a close for the 2023 AGM. By the grace of God, and as the constitution of the association